Justice for all. Yeah, call the meeting to order at this time. Here. Thank you.
Sarah? Here. Ray?
Here.
Pete?
Here.
James here.
Yeah, public comment on agenda items. Conflict of interest by anyone? Approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second it. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Public hearing, there is none. Approval of minutes. Yeah,
There's two sets.
let's go with the plan commission meeting for January.
I've got some questions on some of them. I don't know how critical we want to be on the spelling. Unfinished business ordinances. New business. I think in the second item, there's some misspelling.
Where are you looking?
Pardon?
Where's the misspelling?
On unfinished business ordinances,
The word ordinance.
and then annual report, motion two. I think that's seconded in my name, Fetting. I don't know how critical we want to be on this.
You're gonna approve it with those changes.
Okay,
So what do you want to change?
The word ordinance under unfinished business.
Just, which one are we looking at? This here?
December. Wait, are you in December or January?
this is January.
Oh, you're looking at December first.
Oh, I thought that was under unfinished business, that,
Oh,
our new business, that's why I was on. I thought it was on,
oh,
number 8. Which,
that's a good point.
so we're on the. On last month's meeting?
Yes.
No, we're on January 8th.
January.
We're on January 8th minutes.
Right, okay.
Now their new business.
Did he say?
He said annual report, the word reports misspelled. The O's.
Oh, yeah.
If you go down in his last name. The second, the word second by our failure, it's supposed to be second.
And then that other one where it says Ryan Perry, wasn't that covered in the December meeting? He wasn't here last month, was he?
No, but if we talked about the quote and the communication,
Right,
yeah. What does it say?
It says he gave a presentation.
Oh, yeah, good.
And also the word explained.
Right.
You just take that whole thing out.
It needs to come on the first one, because it was the month before, right?
Under special use permits, page 2 from the bottom. Discussion, it was determined. The word determined.
And that's all of the corrections that need to be made, then, or is that it?
Yeah,
just on the last page, I think, from QPAD kind of together, so.
It also looks like I wasn't here for the meeting, but it looks like the talking about Kelly and David is the same from the December and.
hold on, did they get mixed together somehow?
I don't know.
That's what happened, okay,
They did, yeah.
somehow they got mixed together in the copies.
So the minutes from December, these are supposed to get amended before, correct?
Yeah,
The same, new business
is there?
is in, January, new business. So the two bad guy that came in and gave a presentation, did it in December, and it should be X off of the January.
Is that on your copy?
I must have, when I copied them to redo the December one, I must have kept it.
Yeah.
Must have put it over there, so.
Is that going to be crossed right off then for the January minutes? For Kelly and David,
Yeah.
that'll be scratched.
Yeah, they're the same for both again on that one as well, special use permits, and the special use, under special use permit ZBA applications, Kelly and Dave, whatever that name is, are on both. Underneath the same. So that one would need to be on the January one, would it not? Isn't that one?
But remember though, for the January one, I talked about it as part of an update,
Yeah,
but they weren't here.
right, the discussion was made about the 600 square feet, which it looks like it is not. That was last month.
That was in January, yes, we had that talk.
So why is it on the December amended?
Well, because that came up in December as well.
Let's not worry about December now, let's just worry about January.
Yes,
Okay,
Okay, we'll just do.
but I'm just saying, around, it's on
Yes,
both,
yes,
both are
yeah,
the same, and that's what's happening, something
Yeah.
got confused here, so.
yeah. No,
So, the
no,
January one.
he's not on the January. He
Yes.
was- Oh, they were there. They were children, sorry, yes. Okay,
It's on both as well as, the new business, under new business, it's on both.
so it should just read that you were still looking into the, well, I put that on there. Okay, this is why I put, maybe I shouldn't have told you it was wrong, but I put it on there because we did talk about in January that Charlie was gonna call and talk to him about the 600 feet.
Right.
That's why it was on there.
Yeah.
We did talk about it in December and we did talk about it in January.
Exactly, I know we did that, we
Right.
did both months, but it's the same exact.
Right, but I left that
wording,
on because,
Both, right?
no, because the other one doesn't say that Charlie's gonna talk with him.
It doesn't look like it says.
Oh, yeah, it is the same one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright.
Probably want to change that supervisor to zoning administrator, Mr. Woodridge.
Yes.
We should just read supervisor needs to still, especially this application is taken. That should go in January, because that's what it was. We didn't talk about it in January.
Right.
So just like that one sentence, the rest can be taken out.
But your title is zoning administrator, correct?
Right.
It's zoning supervisor be in there. As opposed to just supervisor
he's only administrator.
or administrator.
We shall change it in the correction.
So. Those people.
So for January, the concern. You're gonna X the, I knew this is the Ryan. From Q pad, right, that paragraph is bullet points coming out completely, right? So. And then that would remain in the December.
We haven't approved January.
No, I know, I'm just saying.
Yes, that would say.
I'm just getting these, I don't wanna confuse these two, so
Yeah,
I'm
that makes
comparing them to make sure we got it right.
The only
So-
thing that is different on the December is the meeting date. Brought to my attention that the meeting date was on the 4th instead of the 2nd. Yeah, so that's the only thing that's why you have December.
Now, I do have one change also that I missed when I approved or seconded the motion. And that was adjourned time is not 7:18.
Which one are you on?
Might have been 8:18. Because that's when Ryan was here and gave the presentation
You on December?
in December.
Yeah, well, that should have been 8, not 7.
Sorry, I missed that.
You didn't, you just caught him.
It looks like the 8:17 would be correct though, because I see on the YouTube page that the meeting was 1 hour and 17 minutes and 58 seconds long.
Okay, so we have all corrections for January meeting. Minutes.
I don't see anything else, I don't know what anybody else is doing. I'm not a super good speller, so I don't always pick out bad spellings. But I mean, yeah, some of these. With these corrections then. I guess we can shoot for an approval here, I'll make a motion that we approve the January 8th minutes with. Changes. The amendments that have been stated, spelling and. The removal of the bulletproof, point in new business of Ryan. Perry from QPAC.
One second, let me.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, let's move on to December.
We don't need to do December if I have to do corrections anyway, you might as well do it next month, we do the corrections. So unless there's anything else besides those,
Dave,
the date and, meeting adjournment, is there anything else at this time?
moving on. Zoning administrator report.
Okay, for January, did a zoning permit inspection, was going to the issue of zoning permit, but there were some questions around. What was there originally in the property and what was not, so it's an after effect permit that I was doing, so. Took me a little bit to find the original, because it was part of the land division. And had to find the original parent. So did find all that information, so now that I have that, I will go back. Probably either this week or early next week and get them their zoning permit. Again, it's an after the fact permit, so it's a $100 charge for that. Land division, I did get one request to come and look at a property for land division. On the lake, they haven't pulled the trigger yet on that, they still have to get with their neighbor and make sure that it's. Amenable to both sides, and it's less than an acre land division, but because the neighbor's gonna buy it right away with that stipulation, it's okay. So property has that available to it. I did receive one complaint on an SPR one. That letter was not sent out, but it will be here, shortly. I'm figuring out how to craft it a little bit because they also submitted a special use permit for an application for a special use permit, which I can't allow anyway because it's an R1. So I will be crafting that and sending that back up. And no new applications put on here for special use permits, and then you guys have the training opportunity up in front of you for the citizen planner program. It's been approved, so if everyone wants to go, all you gotta do is say, I wanna go, so. I highly recommend it if you guys can go, so. One day at night, and the dates are on there.
What's the duration?
It's one night for 6 weeks or 4 weeks.
3 hours.
It's Mondays, Thursdays, right?
Thursdays, yeah.
Starting April 10 to May 15.
So, okay, so it's on Thursdays. And through the. May 15th, so 17.4 and 1/8/15.
So if you guys do go, you also get $50 a night along with miles.
6 days, and I'm not gonna be here for the April, the start of it. So.
I wouldn't have to miss the 8th, but there's one of them I'm not gonna be there. But the chairman, I'm there.
I will be able to attend,
You will or not, sir?
will.
Just shoot Steve, supervisor at Fort River, just let him know. So,
Well, I think we should put down who is interested. So Sarah's gonna go. Keith, what about you?
I have to check on April 10th. The other day looked all right.
That's the one I can't make for sure, so I make the rest of them, but. I can make them.
Well, I know I'm not gonna be able to make, let's see, May 1st, I won't be able to make. Would you have to attend everyone?
no, I don't think
You
so.
have to attend everyone. I'm gonna miss one.
You just, maybe just reach out to, I think there's a phone number on there. Just ask them. What's that?
It looks like just an email.
You can just shoot an email and ask the question.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't have to be every single one,
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't have a problem.
Well, no, because they have different,
It's a different.
look, you turn it
topic.
over, yeah, turn it over on classes, yeah, different topics.
Okay, so these are not necessarily having to go to every single one.
No,
You choose the one you wanna go to.
well, the cost is
I
the same.
think in order to get the quote unquote certificate, I think you have to make that. Because you do get a.
Participants that complete all 6 sessions will receive a certificate of completion.
Yeah,
But even if you don't get that certificate, you still can learn a lot because you to the other ones, you know what I mean?
So the cost is $125 for all 6, right?
Mhm.
All 6 people, yeah,
All 6.
right,
yeah,
no matter what you go to or not.
yeah. But even if you go to 5, it's still cheap. Think about what you're getting out of it, you know what I mean?
What about 4? You go to 4, miss the last 2? Could it reimburse the township for
No.
the other 2?
Yeah. Even still for training, I've seen training that expensive for one night. You know what I mean? So to have that for 6 individual nights, it's not bad.
I guess as a member of the zoning board of appeals, I'd like to see those people too invited if they haven't been yet.
Sure. Yeah,
At least give them a choice.
we'll do that.
I'll sign up for it, I mean, I just, the April 10th, I can't make, I might get back in time for that, but I doubt it.
Well, I'll take notes of it, and then you can take notes for the other person. How's that?
So we got Rick, Jane, Sarah, Keith,
Yes.
all right, Keith, all right. Okay. So all 5 here, all right.
I think if one of us leaves makes it, I mean, all
6.
6, not that you have to go to all 6, but one of us would be at one of.
Well, I do know we have one applicant, if he's brought on, I would suggest he goes as well, or she, whoever it is, I just don't want to applicant, so.
Should be a good program.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right, oh, and then,
Wait, come to that, who's gonna sign this up, are we all gonna sign it individually, or are we
I
gonna,
think you have to sign it individually.
so we're all gonna, so it's not everybody to sign it individually.
Okay. And then it talks about how to register on the dock for you.
Right, so just make sure you put it in Fort River Township, and then we should get a invoice for that.
Okay.
Mrs. Cassaday, the bill.
So you can, they're gonna want payment right away, I'll register. You made my credit card, payments can be made by credit card, check. Registration. Group registration is also available online.
No,
Oh, okay.
And invoice is created with registration, it's also.
So maybe some.
So let me, also, let me ask, I'll talk to, see if she'd be willing to sign her up, she's got the credit card, invoice or however they want it to be done.
Yeah, that would be good.
Alright. I will ask. We got time, I think we got to what, end of March?
Yeah, before you do that, let me call them, let me
Okay.
reach out to them and find out if they can bill us or how it works.
Sure.
And if we can't set it up, then I will register everybody, or I'll let you guys know, how's that sound?
Okay, yeah, or if you got that, email us. Cool.
What, Ray?
Thank you.
Oh, I'll reach out to them and see how we have to do it, and if we do have to go and pay, then I will send it to Debbie and she can go from there, but I'll reach out first to find out what's going on.
Okay. That's, and then I did put on here review quote, and I also see that's on the agenda, so if you're building ordinance contract, we talked about that. So I'm done.
Non-permits,
No permits.
unfinished business, review of ordinances.
Okay. We were able to go over it in December, I'm assuming we still wanna do this, or do we want to wait and tie it more into working with QPED?
Is that the direction we're going, I guess? If we're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
that- I think if we're going that direction, then yeah, I think it makes sense, then why are we wasting our time right now? If we're gonna rewrite this whole entire.
The only thing is you may wanna wait until we do this in this church.
That's probably a good idea, should we just table it until further notice?
Do we want to, I can table it, do you want me to keep it on under unfinished business, or do you wanna just take it off for now, then add it back on once we pick somebody and decide what direction we're going?
I think that's reasonable, I think we should probably just take it off.
Just take it off for now.
I had a suggestion. I've reviewed the Felch Township zoning ordinance with QPAD did, and it's very similar to what we have now, but there are some changes. And that might give you some insight on them thinking of what we've got now versus what they put into theirs.
When did Felch do theirs? Was it recently?
I think it was the last 3 or 4 years.
That'd be a really good idea, I think.
Now, what I had, just on the charter made copies of it, and that's just on the master plan, which they did also, but. I think, if you look at their ordinance may give us some insight on where we wanna go with what, it's very similar. But. On unfinished business now, do we wanna go into the Felch Township copy that Charlie made regarding the master plans, which I think is unfinished? Or should I have added that at the beginning?
I think you should have added that at the beginning.
Which move on to citizen.
Did talk over that already.
Yeah, my bad, we jumped ahead on my report.
Other business. Suggestion for future projects.
None of this time.
All fair, all.
Zoning administrator resignation.
So I sent you all a copy of my resignation, so it'll be at the end of the month, but I'll stick around for whoever's coming in and try to help out.
How are we gonna do that, whoever's coming in, I guess that's my biggest question.
So, Steve already has one applicant that I know of. But whoever that is, the township board will choose that individual, and then we'll just figure out a training session. So, sit down with them, I'll give them a little bit of knowledge I have, explain this stuff, because it's part of, what they'll be doing as well as the technical side of things.
I would hope that whoever that individual is, they have some background already. That's gonna be a tough food to fill for somebody, because you've been doing it for so long and you're good at it.
Well,
It's gonna.
like I told them, I'll make sure that whoever it is can always call.
Yeah, so so when you say that, you're like going to kind of like check back in.
Yes,
You know, with it for a while.
Result.
Consultants, correct, so that's my worry, I mean,
he runs
I
it.
was like a bombshell when I read that, I'm like, oh shit.
They run into something, I always call me and I'm like, oh, look at here in the ordinance, or go there. It was some really weird, I'm like, call Ray, he'll know. Of course, the other thing that's really nice too is, remember too, Steve is been on the planning commission forever.
Yeah.
It's the supervisor,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
you can pull from that knowledge
Yeah.
as well, so.
And he did used to do the supervisor before you came, Steve was, remember?
Yes, and and as a supervisor, I did this job as well,
Right,
Way back
so
when.
you guys each did.
yeah.
Well, Charlie, I tell you, I'm sad to see you go.
Second round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been nice to work with you, because I mean, you were very knowledgeable, and I'm just a novice in this whole program yet, so it's nice to have someone like you to draw from, so.
Appreciate that.
So what, is your new capacity, if I may ask, I mean, is it?
Oh, I went, so before I was doing environmental, then I did environmental technical, now they moved me over and I'm in charge of. We have one of the paper machines, a specialty paper machine, so they make like, labels, like Avery labels, and then the backing for the labels, they're two big products, they make more than that. So I have that, and then S&D, which is basically our shipping department. So
Okay.
So we gave me two of those departments and,
That's gonna be a job.
oh, yes. And last week, we had a lot of issues, so I worked about 90 hours.
No.
So that's why my problem is I can't,
Yep.
like, great example, E3 were to blow up the machine, I would have to leave to go to that, right? So until, I just can't
Right.
commit to always being able to be here, so
Right.
that's why I had to give it up, so.
Understandable.
Good. Good.
Alright, moving on, draft zoning ordinance contract.
All right, so I gave you guys a copy of the contract that was written up for us. Now, as we talk through this, I am required, I found out, to put this out for an RFQ, so no talking about the pricing in there. So you can talk about the two options, so I know which option to put out for an RFQ, so we'll put it in the paper and then we'll put it on the website for 3 weeks. And see if we get anybody to bid back. So extremely important. So really, what the planning commission needs to decide is which scope is it that you want to do. I don't personally which one I would want to do, but you guys need to decide that for yourselves. So I will give you my opinion. I would go with work option 2. But you guys really need to discuss that and figure out which one you guys want to do. So.
So option 2 is option 1 plus.
Yes,
Basically.
and the budget we build in the budget, right? So budget comes out in April. We actually have, that in our current budget, we'll just carry that over for the next year for that work.
And, seeing that it's strongly recommended that if be reviewed by legal counsel, that cost will also need to be factored into it as well.
Into this?
Because it says at the township's discretion and expense prior to adoption.
Right, that would be a completely separate cost. That cost would be built into the budget,
Right,
not on this.
okay.
Be nice with their scope of work and what they know, they also have the ability to really help us switch from our current enforcement to the new way that we want to go. So it should be helpful all the way across the board.
This might be when he goes, I agree with going option two.
Yeah,
That's what I would think.
All right,
Yes.
That's my opinion, but
it's certainly more money, but obviously it's doing what we want it to do versus
Mhm.
you know, let's get it all done is what it is.
Mhm.
Basically what we want to do.
so, all right. So do I have a consensus?
Changing the motion or?
I don't think I really need them. Wouldn't hurt.
All in favor?
So, you're all saying, so. Put it out there. So, we'll put out the option two then. Let me get that done. Bless you. Alright,
All right. Date December meeting where we recommend short-term rental renewals.
no, there's no progress made on that, it's been a little frustrating, so. I'll make sure that something is up and ready for you guys before I leave. So,
All right, special use permit applications,
nothing new.
EDA applications,
Nope.
communications.
We went over the quote, it's really the only thing I got, so.
All right, public comment on non-agenda items. No?
We only have one person online, so. So I mean, you're good, move on, so there's nobody here.
All right, any board comments on anything?
I guess again, I would like to thank Charlie for his years of service here and his knowledge. You know, somebody's gonna have tough shoes to fill, and I think hopefully if we get the right person, that really. Again, Charlie, thank you very much.
No problem.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
It's been a pleasure working with you, putting up with me and all my questions. Wish you luck.
Thank you.
I'll see you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Feel like I'm moving away.
Yeah.
So,
Are we done? Everybody's good? It's not like a motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.